Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. We getting back into it. We trying to get back into it, trying to get back on track. To all the people out there who've been hitting me up in the comments, man, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. To all the people who worrying about my background, say they want Ali back and they want my gloves and, you know, the boardwalk and all that is coming back. I told y'all I've been doing a lot of things lately. I'm in transition, so I moved from, you know, making the videos while I was making them to another spot. So I'm trying to get everything in order. So y'all just be patient. Muhammad Ali will be back. The greatest shall return. You understand? But right now, y'all the greatest, man. Y'all the greatest supporters out there. I appreciate the love, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Today, man, I wanted to give y'all another one of them savage moments, man. And this came up because I was talking to somebody and it just popped up in my head. So I wanted to share with y'all as well. And to be honest with you, it's like one of the first vicious jumps I saw, you know, or in the penitentiary. You know, I've seen some vicious jumps in the jail, believe it or not. But the penitentiary, this was like one of the first vicious jumps I saw. And surprisingly enough, it didn't involve a Bethlehem, man. Dude ain't had no knife or no nothing. You know, it was when I was in the wall and I slept on the 4th floor, which I hated. All the way, I hated it, you know, because it was so high. And as y'all know, I don't even mess with them heights. But this was on like the 3rd floor, and which is still pretty high, you know what I'm saying? But I remember the dude had said that somebody had stole something out of his cell, you know, and that's a dangerous thing in the penitentiary too, man, because if somebody steals something out your cell and then you have somebody direct you to somebody who you think done it, and then that may not be the person who done it. So people will do that too, you know, they'll point you in the direction of somebody that didn't even actually do what you think they did, and then, you know, you're in an altercation with them and that's not even the right person. And that's some dangerous stuff, man. And dudes will do that too. They'll throw that bone on you to get some weight off of them, or they'll throw that bone on you because they don't like you. So they might say, oh, I says winning you. I think that's who did it, man. Why. And then you got somebody coming at you with some vicious and evil intent, and you don't have no clue of why they doing it. So it's crazy. And well, whether or not this dude had, you know, did the situation or not, I don't know. Because, you know, I was fairly new in there, so, you know, I'm minding my business. I'm minding my business. I'm letting my eyes be everything, you know, and I'm taking it all in and learning as I go. But the rumor was somebody that stole something out of the cell. He kind of like thought this dude did it. So dude was up there in the shower, and he was in the shower on the 3rd floor. So dude, I don't know what floor he slept on, but when you in the shower in the wall, the tiers are long. They're very long. But when you walk all the way down to the end, the shower is at the end. So the only way out is one way. The only other way is the way you don't want to go, is over the edge. You know what I'm saying? So everybody got to come out that way. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to the end of the tier. That's where all the steps are. You go to the end of the tier. You walk down. Boom, 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 boom. You know, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th floor. So he's in the shower on the 3rd. So dude goes up there, I guess, to confront him, right? So he coming out the shower. Now, back in them days, too, you know, everybody, I guess, felt like they was Hugh Hefner or whoever, right, man? Because, you know, we could have so less in there that with the things you could have, everybody just wanted it. You know, whether you needed it or not, if you could have it, you wanted it. You know, dudes had rugs that go on your floor in the penitentiary, you know. Robes was a big thing. Everybody tried to get the flash robe, a robe with a hood on it, all types of, you know, big old Ric Flair robes, everything, you know. So, you know, Hugh Hefner. So, you know, a lot of dudes wore robes, you know. So dude was coming out the shower. Usually they put their robe on, coming back and forth to the shower if they don't want to get all the way completely dressed. So he had his robe on. He coming back from the shower, and old boy he going this way, the way to get out. Old boy coming this way. So old boy approached and was like, man, yo, what's up? He was like, what's up? He was like, man, look, man, somebody said you went up in my cell. He was like, man, what? Ain't nobody went in your cell, man. He said, man, somebody said you went in my cell. So dude was like, man, I said I ain't went in your MF cell. And when he said that, man, dude just hit him. Bang! But when he hit him, if you notice on his hand, he got the padlock on his hand. He got a padlock on both hands. You know, the master locks that you put the combination to. Dudes would take them and ball the big part up in their hand and put the other part across their knuckle as brass knuckles, right? Yeah. So dude hit him. Bang! And he fall, right? And when he fall, dude just pounced right down on top of him and started hitting him, man. Bang, 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 bang. You went in my cell. You went in my cell. So he crushing old boy. So old boy is like, trying to grab his ankles, this, that, and the third. Then he started hitting them all in the back. He started trying to kick him up off of him and everything. And dude get back up. He stand up. So he tried to grab him. He grabbed him and they tussling. And he just holding him by the head and he hitting him. Bam, bam. And by now you can see blood. You know what I'm saying? You can see that red. When you see that red, you already know what time it is. So dude is getting weak and everything, man. But he's still tussling with him. He done dropped, all his shower stuff and everything. He fighting dude in the old road. So now dude, he's got it kind of like going weak, but he hold on to the bar. He grabbed the bar and he's still trying to fend him off. So now dude is hitting him, trying to scoop his legs and trying to throw him over the till, man. The 3rd floor. And I'm like, man, I'm on the bottom and I'm looking because once it cap off, everybody's looking up. So I'm looking. So he trying to throw dude over. So now dude latch on to the rail real hard. And when he latch on to the rail real hard, so dude can't get him up, he just start punching on his hands and stuff, or arms, trying to make him let go. Let go. Let go, B. Let go. Let go. Then he start punching them all in the face, man. And you could hear the blows, man. You could hear the blows. It was like savage, man. And I'm like, man. So, he dropped like he getting weak. He go all the way down to the ground. Dude start kicking them all in the face and talking to him. Someone, go in my cell, See, because now you on display. And you understand? You interviewing, man. You interviewing. You letting people know this is the consequences if you try to take something from me. This is the consequences if you rob me. This is the consequences if you bother me. So you got to perform there. You got to demonstrate. And that's what dudes be doing. See, that'll make a dude do something more than what he really want to do because of the simple fact is he trying to send a message to the masses. You understand? And that can get you late, man. That can get you super late because you could do something, you could go overboard, you could mess around and kill somebody, and that don't even be your intentions. Trying to make sure nobody else bother you, you can mess around and take a life, man. And you take a life, then your life is at risk because these people might set you in the electric chair or whatever they may do, or just set you in here for the rest of your life. Either or is is a fate that you don't desire. But it was crazy, man. He was brutalizing dude, man. He was brutalizing with them locks on his hand, which taught me right then and there too to always pay attention to them dudes with them locks, man. Because you'll see dudes, as I moved on in my bit, man, you'll see dudes walking around and they got the lock on their belt loop, right? They got the lock on their belt loop. Some of them might have one on this end and one on this end. So in my mind, once I started seeing that, I always knew these are the type of cats who pull them locks, try to put them on their hands, and use them as weapons. But yeah, man, he was kicking dudes, stomping dude, and everything. Then he kept trying to pick him up and trying to throw him over the till. But every time he tried to do it, dude would grab on and hold on to the bars, just squeeze, man, like he holding on for dear life. So when dude just keep on punching him and punching him, he'd just drop back down to the ground, and dude would keep on saying, "Get up. Get up." He's trying to get him up, but he won't strong enough. He won't physically strong enough to pick old boy up and get him up with the ground and throw him over the till. So when dude stayed in there, he just punch him, kick him. Now, mind you, I'm telling you all this is going on right on the tip. which goes back to what I tell y'all all the time. No one's going to save you in the penitentiary. Where the police? Where the COs? Where is your saving grace? They nowhere to be found. They not coming on it. And in that wall, they really won't coming on it. Not when all them dudes is out in the block. You know what I'm saying? They ain't coming on it because they know anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? So dudes got to fend for themselves. Dudes got to be able to protect themselves. They got to be able to you know, to protect their life, man, because you can lose your life, you know what I'm saying, on these floors on any given day. You know, so I was learning this as each day went by. So, you know, like I say, once he figured out or came to the conclusion that he couldn't pick old boy up and throw him over, boom, light bulb moment. The rails is like, it's like 3 rails. It's here, here, and here. But just as there's room over top, is room at the bottom. So you could be laying down on the floor and you could be rolled over. You see what I'm saying? Or you could trip and fall, and if you fall the wrong way, you could roll over the tip. This is why I ain't like being on 400. I ain't like being on 300, 200 neither. I wanted to be on the ground floor. But that wasn't my choice. Cause you know, like I say, you can roll off of that joint. And that was crazy because it dawned on him. And when it dawned on him and he started kicking dude, and dude fell down to the ground again, it's like he's going in and out of consciousness. Then he just grabbed him and rolled him right over the side, man. And I can't sit up here and wail to y'all, man, and tell y'all how it looked like when he actually hit the ground. Cause I ain't gonna tell you, I turned my head, man, cause I didn't want to see it. You know what I'm saying? I did not want to see it. I heard it. I didn't want to see it. And I heard the response, oh. And when I turned around, man, he just was laying there like he was just like lifeless, man. But I know for a fact he didn't die. I know that. I know he didn't die. And how bad he was messed up, I couldn't, you know, tell you medically. But just from looking, I know he was in horrible shape, man. Real horrible shape. But the only reason I know he ain't died because when somebody die in there, especially from an incident, we gonna all pay for it and we gonna all know it. So I know he didn't die. But man, he hit that floor, man. It's one of the wickedest sounds you ever want to hear, man. It's like a body hitting that floor. And it's all concrete. It's all concrete, man. You know, and it's like he had the dude beat already. He already had him crushed. He already made his point. But he still rolled him off of that till, man. He rolled him off of that till, my dude. And I'm just saying, just free falling like that, man, and hitting that concrete, man, he lucky to be alive, you know what I'm saying? But that goes back to what I tell y'all, man. It ain't no mercy in there, man. Because if you show mercy, then it's like you weak. You know what I'm saying? Then they ready to pounce on you because they know you ain't willing to go but so far. So they trying to go to the next level. So it's just a crazy environment that you couldn't possibly understand unless you was in there, unless you was going through it, because I wouldn't understand it. And I was in there and I was trying to understand it as each day and each week and month and year went by. But it's a different world, man. But when you get in a physical altercation, man, you really got to show up and show out because everybody's looking at you. It's like TV. You know, and everybody's sizing you up and everybody want to know what you're going to do. Everybody want to know how hard you're going to go. Everybody want to know how vicious you can be. Because in that same aspect, they looking at you as to knowing and you giving them a blueprint of how far they can go with you. Or how much they can test you. Or what they can say and don't say to you. That's what it basically boils down to. That's why everybody's looking, because now they know, oh, such and such crazy, man. He pushed dude over the till after he brutal. They know. You see what I'm saying? They know. And then, oh, yeah, well, they got to fight and he just kicked him or punched him and everything. Then he just let him go, man. You know, them be the dudes this on the opposite end. Then they get the battery put in their back and then they turn around and say, man, you let that dude do that to you? Then they be the ones that sneak back up on you and stab you in your back when you ain't looking, or you going to the kitchen, or you going to the shower, and you know you thought you done just put hands on somebody and it's over. They run up on you, man, and give you the business while you ain't looking. And no, man, I don't give a daggone how big, how strong, how vicious. No man can defend what he cannot see coming. No man can do that. You know what I'm saying? You could run up behind the biggest man, the strongest man in the world, man, and put that knife in his back of his neck when he don't see you coming, and it is nothing he can do. There's nothing he can do, because one thing for certain and two things for sure, no matter how big and bad you are, the body is built the same everywhere on the inside. Them vital organs is in the same place. Them veins, that heart, them kidneys, them lungs, all of that is in the same place in each individual. Then it might be covered up more on these big old muscle dudes, but it's in there. Yeah, it's in there. And that Bethlehem will find it. You know what I'm saying? That Bethlehem will find it. That Bethlehem is like a heat-seeking missile, man. If you think the heart somewhere up here, you put that Bethlehem in there, if it's big enough, it's going to go find it. You know, it got GPS on them Bethlehems, man. So, you know, it don't really matter. So you got to, that's why you always see dudes always on the swivel, because you don't know what's coming in the penitentiary. You don't know where it's coming from. But if you got an idea or you got an inclination that it's coming, man, you better be ready, man. You better be ready. And this is why when dudes get in altercations, they leave no stone unturned. They go hard. They go vicious, because they got to set an example, because they don't want that coming back to them. They don't want somebody doing what they actually is doing to somebody else. You see what I'm saying? That's the irony of the whole situation. You don't want to this to be done to you, what you are doing to someone else, for whatever reason. Even if you in the wrong, you don't want that to happen to you. So what you're basically doing is showing somebody, in essence, what I'm afraid of. This is what I don't want to happen to me. So this is how far I'm willing to go to let you know, yeah, I ain't gonna let this happen to me. It's crazy, man. This is prison. Yeah, this is prison, you know. This is the mentality of the survivor in prison. This is the mentality of, you know, the life we had to live in there in order to survive, in order to try to stay healthy, man, to try not to be walking around, man, with one eye, or, you know, colostomy bag on, or, you know, a $1.50 scar on your face, or, you know, your throat cut. And man, ain't nobody trying to go through all of that. It ain't nobody trying to go through all of that. But it's thousands upon thousands of cats in the penitentiary willing to make you go through it, if you allow them to. If you allow them to, you know. It's Mortal Kombat in there, man. Straight up, it's Mortal Kombat, man. And only the strong gonna survive, and only the people that's gonna be willing to go the extra mile is gonna encounter as less as that as possible. But they still gonna encounter some, because you got people in there that just don't care. You know what I'm saying? They just don't care. You know, you could have chopped up this dude, stabbed this dude, stabbed the warden, you done cut the sergeant's throat. Somebody in there gonna say, do it to me. Yeah, you ain't gonna try me. You know, and it's like that. Or it's somebody in there that's gonna try to take your reputation for everything you did, then all the acknowledgement you get for the work you put in. They feel if they can hurt you or harm you or take you out, then all of your reputation falls upon them. Now they got all of what they did to you and what you did to other people. You see what I'm saying? This is the craziness of prison. You see what I'm saying? So even the dudes with the greatest reputation, you always say, there ain't gonna be many. It's not going to be many, but you're going to have some out there that's lurking. They will say, yeah, if I get him, I ain't got to worry about nobody trying to buck. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have those type of people. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they try to kill The Rock. You know, they try to kill Sam Pence. You know, R.I.P. to The Rock, man. You know, the legend himself. They try to kill Sam Pence. You see what I'm saying? But when they was unsuccessful, you already know what happened. They had to leave the compound. You got to go. So your whole plan failed. Now not only do you know, get accolades for doing that and take on his reputation, but now you running for the rest of your bit. You running and hiding for the rest of your bit. Because the hit is out on you. You know, and God forbid if you run into him, you already know what time it is. So they got to actually leave the compound. You know, because Sam, man, Sam gonna try. If you come out on that yard and did something to Sam, and you can rest assured he gonna find a way to get to you, even if you ain't in his building. You know, so yeah, man. But this is penitentiary, but viciousness is, you know, on the table every day, man. Savage viciousness is on the table every day, You know, and I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful. I'm prayerful, man, that I don't have to live that type of life no more, man. And then, you know, it's crazy because it's like brainwashing too. Because once you in there so long and you're around this stuff, it's like it ain't that you become immune to it, but you become used to it. So I was used to people acting like that. I was used to people, you know, having that type of mentality. You know, and then that forces you to be in that type of mentality. And then somewhere along the way, you start thinking this is normal. This is regular everyday life. And it's not. It's not. It's really not. Not out here. You know what I'm saying? Which is where you're supposed to be in society, around your family, your kids, your grandkids, and your friends. But in there, man, it's like normal. It's normal. You know, oh, such got you. Oh, what? Yeah. What's on ESPN? You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's going to be like. The only time it's going to be big news is when it's in your eyesight, when you see it or whatever. And then they ain't going to talk about that for no more than 2 or 3 days. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So, you know, it's crazy. It's wild, man. But I remember that in that wall, man, when he pushed that boy over that tier, man. And I don't even know what happened to him. I know I never saw him no more. But, you know, he pushed that boy over that tier after he had already brutalized him. He had already made his point. He had already put in major work. The dude was bleeding profusely, you know, and he still rolled him on over, man. Rolled him on over. So, you know, yeah, but that's prison, you know. That's the savageness of prison, you know. But hey, like I say, it's a blessing in every lesson, man. You know, it's a blessing, man. You ain't have to witness nothing like that. Hopefully you never will. You don't have to be in that type of environment. You don't have to be around that type of mentality. You don't have to deal with those type of people out here in the free world, my dude. In the free world. So think about that, man, when dudes is trying to put the gun in your hand, you know, when dudes is trying to make you join the gangs, man, when they trying to make you go pull this caper with them, man, when they trying to give you the sack, man, put you on the corner, sell them drugs. Anything that got penitentiary attached to it, you need to detach yourself from it. Trust and believe me. Because if not now, later, you'll be living that type of life. You know what I'm saying? You'll be living that type of life. And I used to say, if you lucky and don't get put in the grave. But I'm not so sure if that's even true. You know what I'm saying? Because it all depends on the aspect that you coming from. You know, grave, rest of your life in prison. I ain't never been in the grave, so I don't know. I know what this one like. I don't want no more parts of this one. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never known nobody come back from the dead and tell me how word bad or vicious or you know. I don't know. That's just, you know, to me it's just been words. I haven't never been dead, and I don't know nobody came back and told me how horrible it was. And I'm assuming it's very, very horrible. You know. Especially if you missed the upper room and hit the bottom floor, you know what I'm saying? But I know what this is like. So I don't know if a lifetime of this is better than that. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, man, the blessing is you don't have to find out. You know, all you have to do is be safe, be smart, and make good decisions, man. You know, and detach yourself away from anything that puts you in harm's way. Anything and everything. And no matter who it come from. No matter who it come from. I don't care if your homeboy, your brother, your mother, your dad. Nah, because only you going to have to pay for what you do. It ain't no such thing if they listening in the courtroom and say, oh, he told me to do it. Or Nah, they don't care nothing about that. They got a beds in there they trying to fill. You know, they got beds in there they trying to fill. And you fit all of them. It's a one size fit all. You know what I'm saying? It's one size fit all. You know, so stay safe out here, man. Be smart, be safe, make good decisions, man. And you'll never have to experience these type of things, man. But you listen to these stories, man, please share these with these people who need to hear it. These young people, these kings and queens, man. And let them know that their life is precious, man. And their freedom is irreplaceable, man. Irreplaceable. I'll be back at y'all in a minute, man. Y'all hold what y'all got, man. Y'all have a great weekend, man. Be safe, be smart, make good decisions, and duck them hooks. Bang, 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 bang. They out there, man. Peace.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure delicious.
Pure coming out here after 30 years, yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.